Assalamu alaikum. My name is Iban Alfred. I thank God for the privilege to bring this lesson to you. SS2 students of Sheikh Abubakar Gumi Academy all over the world, wherever you are. I crave your indulgence that you listen attentively, even as you're in the comfort of your homes. Our topic today, if you look at the top 10 scheme of work, our topic today is rangeland. Rangeland. What is a rangeland? A rangeland is a large expanse of land where pasture crops or plants are growing, either naturally or planted by man for the grazing of livestock. Example are legumes and grasses. So, definition. A rangeland is a large expanse of land where pasture crops are growing, either naturally or planted by man for the grazing of livestock like cattle, sheep, and goats. Examples of the crops may include grasses and legumes. All right, so that's the definition of a rangeland. A rangeland is a large expanse of land. This large expanse must be there, large expanse of land where pasture crops are growing either naturally or planted by man. This naturally or planted by man must be there for the grazing of livestock like cattle, sheep, and goats. Cattle, sheep, and goats. Examples of the crops may include grasses and legumes. So that's the definition of a rangeland. The crops that you can find, if you look at this picture, this is a rangeland. See this wide expanse of land? You don't find trees there. Trees are not supposed to be there. Only pasture crops. So this is a rangeland. These are some of the crops that can be found on the rangeland. I said grasses and legumes. You have 2 legumes here and 1 grass. 2 legumes here and 1 grass. This is called tropical kuzu. It's a legume. It's able to add nitrogen to the soil, and it's also a source of protein for the animals. This one is called Stylosanthes gracilis. This is also a source of protein for the animals, and it's also able to add add nitrogen, fix nitrogen in the soil for the crops. This is called guinea grass. Guinea grass is a source of carbohydrate for the animals. Carbohydrate gives them energy, and it's called guinea grass, source of carbohydrate. So you have a mixture of legumes and grasses on the rangeland. Legumes will give protein, grasses will give carbohydrate, so the animals will have a kind of balanced diet. Okay. The next thing you need to know about rangeland is characteristics of a rangeland. If you see a large piece of land, how can you identify it? Whether it is a rangeland or a forest or a desert or a wilderness or a farm. So the characteristics include: one, the plants there must have regenerative ability. Regenerative ability. What does that mean? When animals graze on it, the plants on the rangeland must be able to grow back. Not that when animals graze, they will die. When animals graze, they should be able to bounce back. That's the meaning of regenerative ability. Number two, there must be legumes and grass mixture on the rangeland. You should not have only legumes or only grasses. That will not give animals variety or balanced diet. So the grasses must be a mixture of, the pasture plants must be a mixture of legumes and grasses. Number three is palatability. Palatability. The plants, the pasture plants on the rangeland must be sweet, must taste good to the animals. If not, they will not eat it, and that will be a waste of time. Number four is that the grasses must be able to withstand trampling by the farm animals. They should be able to withstand trampling. That means they should be able to rise back after animals have trampled on them, after cattle have marched on them, march on them. They should not die. They should be able to bounce back after the animals have gone. So these are the four characteristics of a rangeland. Now, lastly, the importance of rangeland. Why are we studying rangeland? What is the importance? A rangeland provides all year round supply of pasture for the animals to eat. Because on the rangeland, there is irrigation. There is irrigation carried out on the rangeland. So the animals, the grasses and legumes are able to survive throughout the year, whether there is rainy season or no rainy season. The second importance is the pasture plants provide a wide variety of crops. You have herbs, you have shrubs, you have grasses, you have legumes. So the animals are able to choose what they want and leave what they don't want. So that variety is very good, because they say variety is the spice of life. Then hay and silage. Hay and silage are ways of preserving pasture plants, grasses and legumes. Hay is grasses that have been cut and dried for feeding of animals in the dry season when there is no fresh grass. Silage is grasses that have been cut and preserved under anaerobic conditions so that they will be used to feed animals in the dry season when there are no fresh grasses. So the difference is that hay is just dry grass, silage is fermented grass. Both of them are used for feeding animals. Then number four is nitrogen fixation. The legumes on the rangeland are able to fix nitrogen in the soil, thereby improving the soil fertility of the rangeland. So if you have legumes on the rangeland, you may not need to apply nitrogenous fertilizers again. You may not need it. Let me show you. We are going to round up with methods of rangelands improvements. How can we improve the rangeland and make sure that it continues to give us fresh grass and quality grass? The methods of rangeland improvement. Number one is called reseeding. When you see that some of the pasture crops have died, are not able to bounce back, you replant again, plant fresh seeds. That is called reseeding. Then paddocking. Paddocking means dividing the rangeland into plots. Those plots are called paddocks. They are called paddocks. That is called paddocking. What you do is that this is the rangeland. grasses are growing there. What you do is that you don't just take animals to the whole rangeland. You divide the rangelands into plots. These plots are called paddocks. So this is 1, paddock 2, paddock 3, paddock 4. So what is paddocking? The division of this rangeland into these plots is called paddocking. So that you take the animals to one paddock at a time. When they are finished grazing there, you now take them to another paddock. Then controlled stocking means that you should not keep too many animals on a small piece of land used as rangeland. There should be no overpopulation. So you should control the stocking. Avoidance of overgrazing. You should not allow the animals to graze the plants there until they die. There should be no overgrazing. Too much of everything is bad. So there should be no overgrazing. That happens when animals are too many on a small piece of land. Overgrazing is very easy. Then fertilizer application. You can apply fertilizers on the rangeland to improve the nutrient status of the soil, to make the soil fertile for the pasture crops to do well. Some fertilizers that can be applied include nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. You can also apply single superphosphate. You can also apply urea. These are examples of fertilizers that can be applied on the rangeland for the crops to do well. That's fertilizer application. Then number 6, you have to control the pests. Pasture have their own pests, so you have to control the pests so that they will not eat all the leaves of the pasture crops or even kill the pasture crops. So you have to use pesticides to control the weeds. Then number 7 is controlled burning. When you burn dry grasses, you see that fresh grass will sprout immediately, and that is very good for animals to eat. So you burn controlled burning. You burn this paddock. You don't burn all the rangeland at the same time. You burn this one. When you finish, you burn this one. When you finish, you burn this one. When you finish, you burn. By the time you reach this one, these ones have started growing back again. Then you take the animals to graze here. When they finish, you take them here. When they finish, you shift to this place. When they finish, you shift to this place. When they finish here, by the time they come back here, new ones have grown here. That is called rotational grazing. Now, irrigation. You should be able to provide water for the crops. Irrigation is the artificial application of water to crops, especially in the dry season, apart from rainfall. So, irrigation, controlled burning, pest control, fertilizer application, avoidance of overgrazing, control stocking, paddocking, and reseeding. These are the methods of improving the rangeland. You know, when you are carrying out irrigation, you can produce fresh grasses and legumes in the dry season when there is no rain, and your animals will enjoy it very well. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you have questions, you can post them on my WhatsApp number, which is there, 0806 931 0991. Again, you should take down this assignment and submit it. Answer the questions and submit to that WhatsApp number, which you have there. So, assignment. Tonight, April 2020. Number 1, define a rangeland. Number 2, enumerate 4 characteristics of a rangeland. Number 3, what is paddocking? That's the assignment. Answer the questions, submit them to that WhatsApp number that you have been shown. Thank you very much. Rangeland. Thank you very much. Hope to see you after the pandemic. Wash your hands with alcohol-based sanitizer, cough in your elbow, and stay at home. Thank you very much.